Guys, I'm excited. 2022. It's a pretty decent day here in Jersey for February, and I'm doing ribs. Guys, but look, not just any ribs. I'm going to mix it up a little bit today. I'm going to go with some Uncle Steve's Shakes Competition Cow Powder. And also, I'm going to hit it with some PS Seasoning Cherry Bombs. But that's just the beginning. What I want to do today is I'm going to boat the ribs. If you've seen my brisket cook where I boated the ribs, I'll leave a link up there. Check it out. I think the boat is going to be key for this cook. I'm not big on fall off the bone, and I do like doing a no wrap rib, but I would like a little bit more tenderness on the bottom. So basically my thought process here is what the boat is going to do. It's going to put a little liquid on the bottom while leaving that top exposed to crisp up. Hopefully this is the best of both worlds right here on these ribs. But look, man, without further ado, let's get cooking. Oh, yeah. And look, this aims to be a fun show here. First off, when you're going to break down a full rack of ribs, you're usually going to use 2 knives, maybe a chef knife, one that can get through some cartilage, and then one that do the trimming up in, as Molly looks on. Always rip open that package from the back so you don't disturb the meat. Get yourself some paper towels and get the meat out of the wrapping and dry the ribs off. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. At that point, what you're gonna do, on a full rack of ribs, you're always gonna have a flap right there. You wanna get that flap off. Trust me, man, breaking down a rack of ribs is easy to do, and you get a lot of rib tips, you get a lot of other meats, and usually they come in a little bit cheaper than a rack of baby backs. So look, any flaps hanging gotta come off, get those off. I have a little side bone right there. I am gonna get rid of that. That's gotta go. Here it is. At that point, what you want to do is feel for the bone that sticks up the furthest and go straight across. You are looking to square off the rack. Now look, underneath that line I am making there is nothing but cartilage, man. That is going to break off right easy. Just cut right through it. Oh yeah. Guys, right there, that is your rib tips, and trust me, I have a few of those laying in the freezer for a future show. Oh yeah. Oh, they're so good. At that point, I'm going to take off that end bone there. It looks a little bit of trashy. I don't want it on there, and there I am going to go 9 bones down. At that 9th bone there, you can see it again, a little bit beat up. I'm going to take that off, and that is your rack of ribs, your square rack of ribs, man. That is good eating. Oh, yeah. Anything hanging off, you can neaten up. And then get that back membrane off. Always go from the middle. Stop going from the ends. It makes it harder. Go from the middle. Get under there. Reach your finger as far as you can get. Pull up. Yeah. Here you go. It's no big deal. And there you go. And look, I am going with this Uncle Steve's Shake Competition Cow Powder. Purchase information down below. And look, if you want that Gallery Backyard Barbecue label, put it in the notes in the order and ask, or you'll get it. And look, this has a little bite to it, man, which I like, and that is going to pair perfect with this PS Seasoning Barbecue Cherry Rub. All right, guys, look, man, that is pretty much it. You see, I had to play the wind there with the rub, right? No big deal. Pit's going to go 250, and I'm thinking I can get this done. This isn't the thickest rack, although not bad. I'm thinking I can get this whole cook. This whole cook done probably about 4 hours or so, I'm guessing, but we'll see. So right now, let's get them over on the pit. And again, I am rolling that Jealous Devil with also some cherry smoke. Double up on the cherry with the PS seasoning, cherry barbecue sauce. So let's get these on the pit, and then I'll bring you back in about an hour or so. Notice the external temperature gauge inside the pit. More on that later. So look at that 1.5 hour mark. I want to get a little moisture on the ribs. These fat content is low on the full spares, so we're going to get a little moisture. Look, everyone asks about this sprayer I got. Notice the nozzle twists up. That way you can get underneath. This is what you want. This is what everybody uses. It is food grade, it's safe. And I got purchase information under show notes in the description. Oh yeah. All right, guys, look, man, we are 3 hours in. Let's go over to the pit. They're looking good. I want to get a temp reading in between the bones, and I am looking for somewhere around that 180, 170, 180, 190 range. Anywhere in there will do. And as long as they hit that, we'll get them on the board, get them in some foil. We are going to boat these bad boys. Oh, let's go check it out. Oh, yeah. Guys, a good rule of thumb for me, 170, 175 or so in between the bones. It is time to wrap or boat. Oh, yeah. So look, the thought process behind this foil boating is that you're going to protect the edges from burning. You know, you get those baby backs sometimes that burn on the edges. That'll protect that. And it'll also keep moisture down in the bottom to help steam up that bottom and get a little bit more tender while allowing you to firm up the bark. All right, guys, man, we are at that 4 hour mark. That is the magic hour anytime I do ribs. And look, real quick here, anytime you're doing a temperature driven cook, you need an external temperature in your pit. You cannot set your control panel at 250, think you're cooking at 250. You're probably cooking at 230 or something like that, which is totally gonna mess up your times. On this Masterbuilt here, I usually set it at 275, 280, 290, depending on the cold or the wind, to hold that 250 Fahrenheit, right? Just keep that in mind, man. Anytime you're doing a temperature-driven cook, have an external gauge in the pit. Oh, yeah. Remember here, like any other meat, if you are toothpick tender, which is going to be at that 200 plus Fahrenheit range, you are done and you are ready for the next step or to come off. All right, guys, look, man, At this point, what I like to do is I like to blast the pit up. We ran the whole thing at 250, right? So maybe I'll blast it 400, 450. I mean, the Masterbuilt could get to 700, so the sky's the limit. I'm looking at 10 more minutes. That is it. I want to firm up that BBQ sauce, and it is on the board. Taste test. Oh, the best part. All right, guys, look, man, that is a quick 10 minutes. Let's get them on the board, a couple snaps. Then I'll bring you back and we'll take a closer look and have a little taste test. I'm digging the color, man. I am digging that cherry barbecue sauce by PS Seasonings, man. It's one of the probably best barbecue sauces I've ever tasted, or at least I'm dead into it right now. Oh yeah. Oh, gorgeous color. Oh yeah. All right, guys, look, man. A couple snaps and then I'll bring you back. Oh man, I'm digging that color. Oh yeah. Oh. That is a good looking rack. I mean, not much to say here, man. That is a good looking rack, man. There is no fat on that. That is a moisture rib, a good looking rib, a tasty rib, all that, I guarantee. Oh yeah. And look, as we get ready to close out this show, I can tell you right now, I am digging this foil boat method, and I got more coming, so stay tuned. All right, guys, man, what could one say other than it is party time? Oh, yeah. I'll tell you, man, I dig the color of the rib. Now, look, you're not going to get that big, meaty bone like you would a baby back, but a lot of that is fat, and I do have some rib tips in the house. I actually have some Molly cuts over there, so it's a little bit cheaper, actually. It was 12 bucks for this rack compared to, I think it was like 14 bucks for the baby back, so I'm kind of digging this now, man. It is a clean bite. You know, there's not going to be that much fat. It's going to be mostly meat, so I am definitely down with that. Oh, yeah. Cheers. Oh, yeah. Guys, friggin' awesome, man. The Uncle Steve Shake gives you that nice bite that you want. A little bit of spice, but not that bad. Definitely not overpowering. That cherry barbecue sauce by PS Seasonings. Again, man, I'm definitely digging that stuff. I got Molly right there, of course, staring at me. I got a nice little rack of ribs here to go eat. And of course, she has a little rack over there to go eat. Look, I want to thank my Patreon members. I am going to roll them now, man. If you're considering supporting the show through Patreon or YouTube Join, I got information on that down below, man. It is greatly, greatly appreciated. We got a lot of stuff happening here in 2022, so stay tuned to all that. And until next time, we will see you soon.